So in today's edition of the Weekend Roundup, we're going to look at the mods released over at the Giants Mod Hub for the week of April 1st through April 5th. Now we had some mods released this week, but not near as many as we've had in the past previous weeks. I can tell you, for me personally, I'm a bit thankful. But, you know, there's always a lot of folks out there that can't get enough mods, so I'm sure somebody was a bit disappointed in the fact that probably about what seems like half the mods that were released this week were updates. So with that, let's go take a look in the in-game mod hub at the mods that were released or updated this week. So we start out here with the Eurotunnel Pack. Now this was an update, and we're going to take a look at this a bit later in the video. Now I usually don't bother with updates, but there are some new models that were added to the mod, like this one here. So I want to go ahead and just take a look like this one here. You know, kind of take a re-look at this, because the original version basically just included this one here in the middle. We've got a couple other different options out there. So I want to kind of re-look at that one. We've got a couple script mods here. Indoor camera. This is kind of like the mod that was in 17. What it does is it basically sets the camera to be the interior. Usually Farm Sim remembers what camera you were in, either interior or exterior, and when you enter that vehicle again, you get the same camera. This one basically makes sure that it's the interior camera all the time. We've got a realistic steering mod. Now this mod is for people who are using keyboards or gamepads. Now I tend to use a keyboard or a steering wheel almost interchangeably, so I've not had a chance to actually use this mod. Not really sure how much I am going to use this mod, because I do go from a wheel to a keyboard almost interchangeably. But if you are a keyboard or a keypad player, then this might be for you. We've got a cultivator. We've got another script mod here. This one allows you to put lime in your auger wagons. The pond water store was updated. You can now sell that in the garage by selecting the plants. I don't know, maybe in the past you couldn't sell this particular mod. I haven't used this one. I've used a different pond water plane when I have basically made ponds in the past. Farming Legend. This map was released this week. I did do a map first impressions video on this particular map, and you can find that in my map first impressions list. Got another cultivator mod here, and this interesting script mod I'm not going to be able to demonstrate because I don't have the hardware that I think this mod requires. Asked around in the Discord if anyone knew or had tried this out, and the way it sounds is it works best if you have a joystick as one of your controllers, and you can basically use the joystick as a throttle in game. So that's what that is for. Got another shed and a liquid fertilizer fill point. We've got an update to the variable spray usage mod. Again, this mod, if you don't remember, came out a couple weeks ago, and what it allows you to do is set how much spray, how much fertilizer and liquid fertilizer, herbicide, slurry, lime, and manure is applied when you are working your fields. It used to have a little display over here in the corner that showed you your usage. In the update, they have gotten rid of that and placed it over here in the F1 menu. So all of these scripts that I'm talking about are for PC only. Got the Case 7200 series tractor that's new. The Man IT Runner truck, that is an update. We've got another map here, Mill Landscape Midland. That was also a first impressions video this week. You can find that in my playlist. A Flegel flatbed semi-trailer. This was an update. Added the option to change center of bulkhead and bed main color and rim color. Okay. So we're not going to look at that because we've already looked at that mod in general. Got the Lizard Rumbler van workshop. So this is a mobile workshop trigger. Got a tipper. This is an interesting script mod. We'll take a look at this when we get to the script section. But really all it does is basically change the HUD, makes it black font in the day, white font at night, as opposed to having white font all the time. And then we've got one more machine shed here in the placeable section. So let's also take a look at the mods in testing daily update. Now this is the Friday update, and man, that is a long list. Got 114 mods pending testing, and 11 days is the estimated waiting time for mods that are being submitted today. So you submit it today, you could expect in about 11 days to have the mod show up in testing. And in here we've got the old farm countryside. That is probably a map. We've got new Bartelschlagen. That's probably a map. Logging in the mountains. That's likely a map. We've got Hagenstadt. That is definitely a map. Giants Island map. There are a fair number of maps here in testing. Not seeing any console maps that, well, console names a mod that looks like maps, but got this SX heavy truck. That's been in there for a few days. So it'll be kind of Yara in sensor. That's kind of interesting. Switch to trains. I wonder what that one's going to be. All right, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in and start taking a look at these mods. As we do in our normal weekend roundups, we're going to start with the trailers and vehicles and attachments. Move our way over then to placeables, and then we're going to end up at scripts. So the first mod we're going to take a look at is the Howie SLW 45TN. This is a trailer. So if you go to tools and then trailers, scroll on over here, we've got one trailer this week. The Howie SLW 45TN, $53,000, holds 42,000 liters, and holds just wood chips, chaff, straw, hay, grass, sugarcane, and silage. So it only holds a subset of the fill types. Interesting mod. Big old tires there. So we do have a choice of rim color. We have gray or red. Change Michelin standard to Trelleborg standard. And those are basically our choices. So $53,000, $23.07 to lease, or $27.03 to lease, sorry. $530 per day and $1,113 per operating hour. Let's go ahead and lease one of those up. And you know what? We're going to need a tractor. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel of fortune. The Puma. And let's take a little closer look at this trailer. This mod is by Agritechnic Nordfall. Looks like we are going to have dynamic hoses. Lots of hoses at that. Look at those things plugged in there. We've got dynamic hoses. We've got a PTO. Let's see. We've got brake lights. No reverse lights. We do have a rear hitch. So I'm a little curious if we can hitch up multiple trailers. If that is a functional hitch or purely decorative. So we're going to pick this hitch here, which is a pin hitch. Okay. And then we are going to pick this trailer here, which has a ball hitch to it. Just to see if either of these let us attach to it. Okay. So we can definitely attach that trailer. See if we can attach this trailer. Doesn't look like it. So it looks like that trailer hitch is just good for the pin hitch variety, the ones that have a loop or a circle. right there. So we do have mouse controls. If we left click and move up or down, we can open and close that front little gate. We right click and go up and down. We can raise and lower the tongue. Like so. So depending on the kind of tractor we have, we could basically raise and lower it so it rides level. The rear axle is a steering axle. See that does indeed rotate. If we reverse, it does straighten up. So it does not steer in reverse, which is nice. That can really aid in backing up. Sometimes I have the darndest time when the steering axle still steers in the reverse. Let's go ahead and force unload. See the animations on the walking floor. Pretty cool. Got the shaking PTO. Let's see if that extends. It does indeed extend back here underneath the trailer. Got a rotating knuckle in there. That's pretty cool. Got shaking PTO all the way through. Very nice details indeed. Take a little closer look here. Very high level detail on all of these decals, stickers, markers, and everything. Well, this is a very, very nice looking trailer. This trailer is for PC or Mac only. And again, this is by Agritechnic Nordfall. Okay, next up we've got the Saphir GS 603, and this is actually a weeder. When you first look at it, it kind of looks like a cultivator. At least it did to me, but this is actually a weeder. Here we have the Saphir GS 603. Again, this mod is by Vertex Design, and it is also just a PC or Mac mod. This is 6 meter width. You can see it can seed grass, oilseed radish, or canola. Has a seed capacity of 300 liters and a working speed of 7 miles per hour and 80 horsepower requirement. You have a choice of color in the seed container, it looks like. Yellow or gray. Go back to yellow. That is pretty much it. $7,340 to buy, $373 to lease, $73 per day, and $154 per operating hour. Now let's compare this to the other weeders in game. So this has a 6 meter width, got a 15.2 meter, 12 meter, and a 9 meter. Now the price is pretty comparable. 6 meters, $7,300, 9 meters, $18,000. Again, this one seeds as well as this one. Both, interesting enough, have a working horsepower requirement of 80 miles per or 80 horsepower. But wow, this looks pretty darn nice. I really like the Saphir cultivator, the 3-point hitch cultivator. This would go along real nice if you were kind of doing a sapphire theme. Let me check the map, see if there's anything that needs weeded. Everything's probably in a harvest state. Everything needs weeded. Everything is in a ready to harvest state or a harvested state that is growing. It's probably too far. Probably too far gone to weed. I don't think we're going to be able to actually demonstrate this working. But, you know what? It is a weeder at heart. I mean, it does what it does, right? Let's unfold it. Again, looking at this, this is Really, really nice. Like how this looks. Fold it up. One side folds up a little quicker than the other. The hoses are bending there. We do have dynamic hose hookups. See through there, we've got hydraulic hoses that are hooking up. Fold it down. Lower it. Tines. Oh, look at the tines. They're moving. Really, really nice. I like that. Alright guys, so once again, that is the Saphir GS 603. It is a weeder. It's by Vertex Design. Really like that. I think I might use that on a map that's got some small fields on it. Take a look at the next mod. We have the DMT4A Demetra by Russ Agritech. It is a disc harrow. Go ahead to the disc harrows. Scroll on over here. Take a look at this thing. It is rather unique. Only $9,400. 10 miles per hour, 4 meter working width, and 180 horsepower requirement. Let's take a look at some of these other disc harrows. 3.4 meters, 320 horsepower. 3 meters, $18,000, 100 horsepower. 5 meters, 140 horsepower, $25,000. So as far as width is concerned, this is 4 meters and this is 5 meters, 140 horsepower, 10 miles per hour, $25,000. 10 miles per hour, 4 meters, 180 horsepower. But it's only $9,400. So we can pick color selection. We can go green on it. Go red. Go blue. It's pretty nice. Back to green. $479 to lease. $94 per day and $197 per operating hour. Go over here and take a look at this thing. I don't know if this is, I guess this is, I think this was Russian. I'm just kind of curious on the country of origin of this, given the interesting font or interesting letters. Let's go ahead and hook this up. Run it up to our test field and drag it through the ground just a little bit. This is a 2-point hitch, so it's going to connect to your 3-point connection. For some reason your tractor doesn't have a 3-point connection, well, won't be able to use this. Now, one thing I don't like is, at least with this tractor, in the raised position, this 3-point hitch is raised. The hoses are going through the connector. Be nice if they were adjusted a little bit. Fold animation. It's pretty cool. Looking at it from the top, it does look like it trails the tractor a little bit offset to the right. So that is kind of something to remember. Again, this mod is also PC and Mac only. So far the first 3 mods that we've taken a look at are PC only. Remember early on in my weekend roundups, someone had made a comment basically wondering, why do you say if it's PC or console, aren't all the mods in the mod hub console compatible? That is pretty cool. So we've got the blocks that kind of are a safety for the hydraulics, keep it from lowering. They move out of the way, they unfold. They unfold. Lower it down. And here we go. Then when we do trail it, it does, like I said, it does seem to favor the right. side of the tractor. Let's go just drive this way. You can see that it is cultivating a bit beyond the right side of the tractor. Okay, let's go and raise this up. And let's see, are there any animations on these locking pins? So it would be nice, see there's 3 pinhole receivers there. And there's these pins on the side. It would be nice to see those animate in and out, kind of like into the locking position. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, let's drop this off. Let's go down to the shop, and we're going to take a look at our next implement. It is going to be the KBM 8PS cultivators. It is also by Russ Agritech. Don't think I mentioned the name of the modder for the DMT, but it was Russ Agritech. And once again, this is a PC mod only. Go ahead and pull this thing up here in the shop. So if we go to cultivators, scrolling over here, we've got the KBM 8PS, 8 meters, 9 miles per hour, $8,000, 180 horsepower. Wowzers. So let's get down here to an 8-meter cultivator. So we've got the Bendar, 400 horsepower. We've got a 12-meter Horsch. We've got the 8-meter Amazon, 400 horsepower. Wow, we've got a 4-meter, 6-meter Horsch, 300 horsepower. So that 180 horsepower isn't looking all that bad anymore now, is it? $8,000 versus $68,000. So this is a steal of a deal for a cultivator. Choice of main color blue or dark blue. So we have blue or blue. Now, personally, I'm not seeing this change. But then again, I do play with colorblind mode on. I do have some level of colorblindness. But if someone can tell me, is that really changing? Because, quite honestly, I'm not seeing it. So we have a choice of chisels or tines. And I got the V on the end, or not. And we have a white disc or a black disc, and that is just on the road tires. Okay, let's go ahead and lease this up. So as configured, it's $8,150, $415 to lease, $81 per day, and $171 per operating hour. So going up to this thing. Big old, look at that big old pin. Big old hitch pin. Hitch. You have dynamic hoses. And on this one, see we've got hard hoses. Once we attach, and then we have the flex hoses up to the tractor. Once again, run this up the hill real quick, unfold it, and give it a little tug through the field. There's something I wanted to mention in the intro but completely forgot, so I'll go ahead and bring it up here while we're at it. So just when Giants made the change to 1.3, they also changed how mods are rated now. The fact that you have to go in the in-game mod hub to vote for those. Fold animation. Folds out and then down. And lower it. And drag it on. So I'm curious what everyone thinks of this in-game voting now, as opposed to the voting online or the rating of the mods online. Now you've got to go and download the mod, and you can only rate a mod that you have downloaded. and only from the in-game mod hub. So we've got the back packers are rotating. We've got some nice particle animations going on with respect to the tines. Got dust flying off the back. And it does get dirty. It's gotten dirty pretty quick. Let's raise it up. Let's fold it up. Let's drop it off. And let's take a look at the next mod. Actually, we're going to leave this up here. Run back here to the shop because the next mod we're going to take a look at is the Case IH 7200 series. Take a look here at medium tractors. So we already have the Case IH 7200 Pro series here, $98,000. That is the in-game tractor. Here we have the Case IH 7200 series. It is not listed as the Pro series. $88,000. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So we have a choice of 7210, 7210 Pro, 7220, 7220 Pro, 7230, 30 Pro, 40, 40 Pro, 50, 50 Pro, and back to 10. So we can go from 155 to 261 horsepower. Your front loader attacher. Get design new front or old front. Look at that. New front or old front. And we also get a Magnum logo up here at the top when we do that. Standard wheels, wide tires, rear twins, front twins, narrows, narrow rear twins, narrow twins all around, and back to now wheel weights wide, and back to standard. Now we're choice of, and those were Trelleborg options. Then we have Michelin standard, wide, rear twin, front and rear twins, back to standard. We have then configuration of standard 500 kilograms, 900, 1300, or 1700 kilogram front weights. Put a front 3-point hitch attacher on it, or back to standard. So those are the options for this particular tractor. Let's go ahead and put some weights on it. The old front, so let's lease that. And let's look at the in-game 7200 Pro Series. So we have a choice of just Trelleborg standard, wide, rear twins, twins, narrows, rear narrows, front narrows, wheel weights, weights with. So those, the Trelleborg tires are the same. Michelin standard, wide, rear twins, twins, back to standard. So it looks like the wheels are pretty much the same. 7200 Pro, 7300 Pro, 74 or 7250, 70 back to 7010. So the mod version gives you the Pro and the non-Pro version. The horsepower seems to be the same and gives you a heck of a lot more options. This is, well, this is the new front. You have the Magnum logo up here. We've got the interesting front grille here, but this one has two front lights on it, whereas the other one didn't, and we have no choice other than the 3-point hitch. So we'll take a look at those real quick. Here's the 7250 Pro and the 7250 Pro. This is the modded version. Again, you can see we do not have the front lights like we do have on that grille. Got the front weight pack in here as opposed to the front 3-point hitch. Lights, rears look pretty much the same. So Magnum logo there. Let's go ahead and listen to this one. Interior is a bit different. Let's listen to this one once again. So we do have a different sound on this one also. Oh, take a look. We left mouse button up and down will open and close the rear, and left and right will open and close driver door. So there you go, guys. That is the Case IH 7200 series by Matt26 and is available for all platforms, PC and console. So last mod we're going to look at here before we jump up to the placeable section is the Lizard Rumbler Van Workshop. Go to cars here. See, we have the Lizard Rumbler Van Workshop, $78,000, 74 mile per hour top speed, 140 horsepower. And there we go. Basically what this is it is a van that is also a mobile workshop trigger. So we do have a choice of main color. Change the color. We've got nice, basically all the brand icons on the side. Design color for our rims. There we go. So as configured, $79,100, $4,034 to lease, $791 per day, and $1,661 per operating hour. This mod is by DD Mod Passion and is available for PC only. PC and Mac only. Oops. In here. Squeeze our way through here. So we hit X. Unfold the doors there. Left mouse button. Left and right. Opens and closes the driver's side door. Right mouse button. Left and right. Open and closes the passenger side door. So you could put whatever you want in there. And let's see here. If we pull on up here. Exit to open options for Lizard Rumbler Workshop. R to open vehicle options. There we go. Now let's look and see where is this workshop trigger. So the workshop trigger is all around. So let's park it here. And hit R. So there you go. So the workshop trigger is all around. Just need to pull up the side what you want to do your work on. Hop out and hit the R button. Let's get out of the trigger, back in. Hit the R button to pull up what you want to configure. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and reset some of this. And I'll meet you up there at the placeable section where we'll start talking about the placeable mods that were released this week. Alright guys, so our first placeable that we're going to look at tonight is the Eurotunnel Pack. This is an update. Like I said, we're going to take a look at this just because there are some new models that are being used here. So let's go to sheds. So we've got the reinforced arc, 8.5 meters, 8.5 meters. So this one's longer. It's even longer and longer still. Lots of different buildings here. Oh my gosh, like tons of buildings. So let's take a look at these. Take a look at this one here. Blue one. They're all obviously different lengths. think these are new because I think in the original mod, the ones that were available were the green ones. But this one I think is new. Maybe new. I don't know. Never used these in play. But the ones I definitely know that are new are these right here. So we've got... I don't know why this one is so short. See, it's a double. Lots of different sizes here. Just keep getting longer and longer. This one has to be about the same size. Why it's repeated? Is it repeated? This is 34 meters wide. Okay, and this is 36 meters wide. Again, the same lengths. And then 38 meters wide. Okay, so it's even wider yet. Same design. And we've got, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 10 meters, 12 meters, 14 meters, 16 meters, 17 meters, 18, 19. There you go. So we got the big one here. All right, so you got these designs, which I think were first. Now you've got this design, pretty interesting. The double arc, like the steel, the shine gleaming off the steel structure there, the support structure. Those are some massive, massive buildings. For sure. That is a big old building for the price. You've got these smaller ones. Of course, there were tons of different size options for these. Then this one, we went and put the bigger version kind of inside or over this smaller version. Give you just a general sense of the size of those. So guys, that is again the Eurotunnel Pack. It has been updated and is by DD Mod Passion. So the next one we're going to look at here is the Open Shed by PARE. It's available for all platforms. I guess I should say that the Eurotunnel is also available for all platforms. So if you go to Sheds, and let's scroll on past all these Eurotunnels. Got the Machine Shed with doors, or without doors, sorry, by PARE. Let's put this down here. Let's first rotate it. You can see it rotates on its center axis. I guess I should have looked at how the Eurotunnels rotate. Think about it, and there we are. Nice brick building. Looks like we have lights. We have a light switch, or do these come on here at the middle of the night? We do have a light switch, so we can turn lights on and off, should we so wish. The lights are not overly bright and blinding. A 3-bay shed with kind of a 4th bay that is closed off. Just basically come in here and kind of tuck something in. Really nice texture on the brickwork. Interesting roof. Kind of a corrugated metal roof. That's what that's supposed to look like. Timber construction. Let's take a look in shop again and see what the price is. Price is $15,000, $30 per day for the building. And again, this is available on all platforms and is by PARE. The next building we're going to take a look at here is the Machine Shelter with Lighting. This is by FQC Art. It is also available for all platforms, and it is $13,650. Take a look at that building. Physically, in size, it is a little narrower, or less deep, I should say, than the building we just took a look at. Instead of being brick, it is kind of a wood paneling construction. You have lights once again. Wood paneling and steel, or not steel, but wood timbers. With a little bit of, I guess, galvanized steel on the sides. Got our downspouts. And when we put this building down, we do get a concrete texture on the floor that overrides the ground texture. Same as with this building over here. Now the Eurotunnels, they do not change the ground. Yes, they do. They put down a gravel. Eurotunnels are putting down a gravel texture. See here? Compared to this texture, which is kind of a concrete. Here we have clear. Clearly that is a stone texture. There you go. Not a big building, but it'll still serve its purpose. We've got light switches on either side. So again, that is a Machine Shelter with Lighting by FQC Art. So guys, that concludes the... Oops, sorry. Does not conclude... Oops. Dorset, I am sorry I nearly left out your liquid fertilizer tanks. Let's see, they are under miscellaneous. There they are. Oh, sweet. This is nearly got overlooked. The machine shed with workshop is an option. Let's put that down. All that decoration in there. Could not place. Not purchase. What? There we go. And then we have a diesel trigger. Okay, so we have inside of here, we have a diesel tank. Diesel trigger. We could set... I do have place anywhere enabled. So without place anywhere, you may not be able to position this. That right there. So let's head on back to... Let's head on back over here to take a look at this other building that I didn't even see because it was in a different section of the shop. So we've got the open machine shed with a workshop in here. We got lots of decoration in here now. We've got the workshop trigger. We've got the fuel tank inside, and then we've got the fuel trigger that we place separate. When we put the fuel trigger down, we get a little bit of oil or fuel stains, diesel stains on the ground there. Bring a tractor up here, we should be able to fill that up. And again, that was part of the machine shed with outdoors. There is just the building, and then up here in a miscellaneous, we have the machine shed with workshop, and then we've got the companion diesel trigger associated with it. Just check and make sure there aren't any surprises anywhere. There. No surprises anywhere else. That's pretty cool. I like that. Now let's come over here to the Dorset liquid fertilizer tanks. This is available for all platforms. So we've got quite the array of tanks. Tanks rotate on their center. Let's see if we can't put down some of these. Got single fertilizer tank, $3,300. Got the larger single tank, for $4,200. We got the single tank on a raised platform. And then we have a double fertilizer tank. Rotates on its middle. Double large tank. All of these are just fill triggers. Just different shapes, different sizes. And then we have a double small on a platform. So, and there we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Again, these are all liquid fertilizer fill triggers. The small one. Got the larger one. Got the small one on a raised platform. Got a double on the ground. We got a big version of the double. And then we got a double small on a raised platform. Textures on all these look really great. They do change the ground texture to just a dirt texture overall. And now that concludes the placeables section of this video. Again, this is Dorset's liquid fertilizer tanks, available for all platforms. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of a reset in the fact that we are going to load up some of these script mods and talk about them. Before we do that, let's take a look at a little bit of a benchmark. Okay, so we have the HUD Smart Shade script. The way that works is it takes the dollars, the clock, and the weather up there. It's typically white. During the day, it makes it a blackish brown color, and during night, then it returns it back to white. So obviously, see the state that it's in now. So when we come back, we'll have that mod activated. You'll see that the top HUD up here is a different color. And then the other mod that I want to take a look at before we switch and activate it is the lime to Augerwagon. It says this mod allows to load lime on auger wagons so you can bring big amounts from the sell point to the field. So if we go to trailers and we go to auger wagons, you're going to see that the Seed Runner does not take lime, nor does the Stara, Kinsey, the other Kinsey, the Elmer. Okay, so none of these will take lime, because if you remember, the lime icon is this white looking stone. We don't see that stone icon anywhere for any of these auger wagons. Okay, so when we come back, we'll have the scripts basically activated and we'll work through them. Alright guys, so we have activated the script mods, and I want to go back to the Lime to Augerwagon by Tykonket, Tykonket. Of course, this is a script mod, so this is available for PC only. And we were talking about the fact that the auger wagons typically did not have lime as an accepted fill type. We demonstrated that by working through all of these and demonstrating that lime was not an option in the fill types listing, but as you can see now, it is indeed available. In order to use this script, all you gotta do is activate it in your mods folder on map load up, and there you go. So now we have lime in all of these auger wagons. So another mod that we want to take a look at, that we talked a little bit about before we went and activated them, is the HUD Smart Shade by Viper GTS 96. And as you can see now, up in the upper right corner, our money, clock, and weather is now a darker font. Typically it is white. Now, during the day, it is this brown gray color, and at night it will toggle over to a white. Okay, so I don't have fast forward enabled at the moment, so we can't really fast forward to night. Just trust me, it will turn white at night. So it kind of gives you a little better contrast with respect to during the day it's dark, and at night when the background is dark, it is white. So the next mod we're going to take a look at is the Indoor Camera mod by BALU. So what we're going to do is jump down here. Shop. Got some vehicles. And we're going to basically go and demonstrate that when we jump into the vehicle, first camera that we get is the inside camera. From the outside camera, let's jump out. Jump back in. You're on the outside camera. What is up with that? Makes each vehicle's default camera to be the indoor camera. Okay. Just get this one. Okay. Side. Back in. Alright, I'm at a loss. I thought I knew how this mod worked. I thought this mod basically allowed me to always, when I got in the vehicle, always be on the inside camera. But it is not acting that way. Scroll up here and just see, is this mod indeed activated? Loading indoor cam, yeah, it's activated. So I don't understand what this is doing then. Don't. Alright, so the last mod, that was kind of a bust, huh? So the last mod we're going to look at is Realistic Steering by BALU. Well, like I said, I probably am not going to use this mod because I use kind of interchangeably a wheel and a keyboard. If I was only using keyboard, this mod may be of greater use to me. Let's take a look at this. If we look at our F1 menu, you can see left shift 6. It's going to pull up the realistic steering settings. So we have speed reduction 55% at 50 kilometers an hour. Steering angle reduction 35% at 50 kilometers an hour. And reset force 175%, which is select the speed addition when returning the wheel to center position. Basically go in here, we can adjust these, or we could say reset back to default. Of course, I'm using the steering wheel, I'm using the keyboard right now. See how fast the wheels turn? Let's get up to speed. And as we get faster, I have to hold the keyboard down a lot longer in order to actually turn. See the steering wheel? Let's slow down. See how fast the steering wheel responds now? Okay. I'm just pressing A and D. See how fast it returns? Oh, shush it. Now let's go down this stretch of road, which I know is fairly long. See, as we're going faster, now A and D turn the wheel slower than they did before. Let's slow down. Pressing A and D. We can see now that wheel is speeding up its rotation. See left and right. Faster we get, the slower the wheel actually turns, even though I'm still pushing it down. The slower we go, the faster it ends up turning. That. You guys, that is realistic steering. I'm not going to use it because let's go to something extreme. 90%. 75%. I'm not looking to use it. We can see as I'm going faster, the wheel is responding a heck of a lot different. Right, so I'm just holding the A key down. See, as we go faster, the wheel is unturning. It's straightening out. Point now, we're doing this big loop. Okay. I'm still holding the A key down all the way. If I let go of the accelerator, you're going to see that basically the turn gets a lot tighter. I push the accelerator down, the turn opens up. It gets a lot bigger. And if I'm at full turn right now, I'm pushing the A key. See how slow we are turning. I'm going to let go of the A key right now. See, it's fairly slow to respond back. I'm going to push the D key. And of course, I went to the extreme, okay? But you can see how it takes so long for that to actually start to turn. I'll let go of the D key. Straighten out. So let's do this left shift 6 again. Let's go for something a little less drastic. 25% and 10%. And the reset force is 275, okay? So we went a little more drastic on one and less drastic on the other. So let's go up the speed. Let's hit the A key now. Still turning fairly tight. We're going to let go of the A key right now. Basically going left and right. As soon as I let go, it's basically steering, snapping right back to center. That. Do it one more time. And let's reset back to the normal values. Really quick to turn. Pretty quick to snap back. The faster we go, the slower it is responding to turning. Still snaps back pretty quick. The wheel responds a bit slower. Again, this will work best for folks that are playing with keyboard or controller versus someone that's playing with a wheel. And there you go, guys. That is all of the mods released in the Mod Hub for the week of April 1 through April 5. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. And until next week, happy farming.